Hi, this is Debdutta speaking. My name is Dr. Debdutta Bandyopadhyay. I'm a cell biologist and a molecular biologist by profession, and presently I am working in an Indian pharmaceutical company as a research scientist. So I thought maybe it will be useful to give you an idea of what is going on and around in the world regarding this COVID-19 and how bad a situation we're going to face, and when can we predict anything, that when are we going to get rid of this. So I'm going to give some brief view of the COVID situation as of today in the whole world, especially in terms of India. So let's start by saying that for the epidemiologist, it's very important to check the doubling time. That means how many days it is taking to double the number of maybe positive cases and even the number of death. Because if that thing goes exponentially, and pretty soon we will be entering into a danger zone. Let's give you some example. What I have done in here, in F, G and H column, I have put some doubling time as 3 days, 5 days and 9 days. And the number of death, I have started from day 1, where the number of death is 1. And let's take the doubling time as 3 days. So after 3 more days at day 4, the number of death is 2. At day 7, the number of days is 4. Death is 4. At day 10, number of people died is 8, and so on, it is increasing. So I have calculated that according to 5 days doubling time and 9 days doubling time. Now interestingly, right now the death in the world is more than 100,000. So we are close to this number. And let's say the doubling time is 9 days for death. So we are now at 154th day. And this red line is the danger signal. That is more than 8 billion, which is more than the world's population. That means if we can go as a 9 days doubling rate of death, then at 290 days, that means about 150 days from today, which means about 5 months from today. 5 months from today, our whole human race will be wiped out. So this is a very dangerous signal, and that's why epidemiologists are more interested in doubling time rather not the number of death actually happening. So 131,072 will go pretty soon to 8.5 billion, 8.6 billion basically, which is way over the human population on Earth in only 150 days from today. Now let's see how are we doing in the whole world situation. So I will bring you to the coronavirus, some coronavirus pages. And this is one page I found is very useful. You can see right now the doubling time for the whole world is 9 days. And at present time, the date is 108192. Let me tell that this, our world in data.org/coronavirus, they take the data from CDC, European CDC, Center for Disease Prevention and Control. So as per their thing, the world, for the whole world, the doubling day is 9. United States is in a bad situation, which is 5 days. If we go down, United Kingdom is in a bad situation. Belgium, China, on the other hand, it managed pretty well. The doubling days is right now going at 56 days. Other countries, if we go towards, let's say India. India, though the overall number is not that scary, only 273, but the doubling time is 5 days. And we are exactly at the same situation as Mexico in 273 deaths, 5 days doubling time. What else we can tell from this page and graph? Let's go to check some graphs below and see what we get. So this is a graph. This graph is actually showing the total confirmed death and the daily new confirmed death. So this graph is in a linear scale, which means 0, 20,000, 40,000, as we can see in a normal graph. Now, confirmed death is much lower. Daily new confirmed death is much lower than the total confirmed death. So this one is actually very dwarfed. If I convert it to log scale, where the y-axis is converted to 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000 and 100,000. People who are not very much accustomed with log scale graph, this is called a semi-log scale because the y-axis is in log scale and x-axis is linear, day by day by day. Here, by switching the graph from linear to log scale, we can accommodate huge number of data in this small length of axis. And the steeper the slope of the graph, the steeper the higher the rate of doubling. So if you look carefully, the slope of this and the slope of this is more or less same, which was not prominent in the linear scale graph. So now I have switched to log scale graph and we can see these changes. Now how India is doing in terms of that. Let's check to the add country and I will put India here. India. We cannot really make it out because it's a linear scale. Let's go to log scale and we can see this is the world's curve and this is India's. As you can see, the curve for India's confirmed COVID death is having a little higher slope than this one. As you can see, the doubling time is 9 days versus the doubling time is 5 days. So if we add some more country over here, let's see how does it look like. Let's put United States, United Kingdom, China. We can keep China. That will be a country of interest, of course. And Italy. Spain. And another country I would like to include is South Korea. Let's see how the graph looks like then. So this is the whole world. Now, China, if you look at China's graph, China is taking a more or less flattened the curve. So the number confirmed COVID death is not increasing in a very high rate, at a very high rate. India is going, so this is India, we have seen this curve. South Korea has already started tapering the graph towards plateau. United States, on the other hand, is in a bad shape. Let's go to Italy. Italy has started tapering it down. Spain, almost the same. United Kingdom is also same as United States. China, we have already discussed. So this is the situation of confirmed COVID death and where India stands compared to the other countries as well as the whole world. Now, let's go further down. Daily confirmed death. How much does that mean? The daily confirmed death, let's again include India. We can include Italy. We can include United States, United Kingdom, China, and again South Korea we will keep for our interest how they are managing. And let's see, I need to convert this to again to log scale to see the real picture. If you look at China, they have already started getting down. So it started from 10 on January 20 daily confirmed death and then peaked at around say 100, 120 death and then again going down. Right now China is seeing a death rate of like say 3. This is coming 3 over here. So 3 deaths per day. India on the other hand is on the rising trend. So we have to taper it down. I mean, first we need to reach a plateau and then taking it down as per the course. United States, maybe they have started tapering it down. This is attaining a plateau. United Kingdom, same. So this is couple of countries we have talked about. We need to take this kind of curve. This is the rolling 3 days average of death. Again, we add India here and see how India is doing. Rolling 3-day average means we will take day 1, day 2, day 3 and get an average. Then again day 2, 3, 4 take an average. Then day 3, 4, 5 an average. So that's how it is going, and that's called a rolling 3 days average. United States, again we have seen it's taking a very sharp, it's in linear scale, so the slope looks little higher. We can convert it to log scale. Fact doesn't change, just the appearance changes to very steep to less steep, but the fact is still same because this gap is really huge. Now Italy has already flattened it. India is on the uprising scale. South Korea has already checked it very well. Since March 1 or 4 or so, they are not seeing much increase. Spain, good. United Kingdom is uprising. United States is uprising. India is uprising. So we need to take very good care of that. Now, let's move to different countries' death rate. So China, as we have said, China's death rate is no more increasing, is not that alarming. So these lines that you are seeing, if the graph follows this line, that is doubling every day. This is doubling 5 days, this is doubling, this line is 2 days. So Spain is now just deviated from getting the doubling of 2 days and getting a little tapered slope, so they are getting much better shape. Now, United States. Look at this thing. It is doubling time is 3 to 5 days. Confirmed deaths. So this is not a very happy situation, or rather a grave situation, I would say. Okay, now the important part is, are we bending the curve? How good a country is managing towards bending the curve? So daily confirmed cases they have plotted, and again the data is collected from CDC. We have India here. Let's select the country as India. That will give us a much better idea. So without any disturbance, we can see the India's graph, which is now going around every 4 days to 5 days. We are seeing the doubling time, and I mean the number of growth is increasing, and the doubling time is 3 days versus 5 days. So this is 3 days, this line is 3 days, and this gray line is doubling every 5 days. So we are lying somewhere in between. Now look at Italy. They started bending the curve. Spain already started bending the curve pretty good. How about others? United States just started taking a plateau type of situation, but yet to see. Iran has already plateaued it out. So now they are waiting to see if this graph goes down like China. So for Iran also we are waiting to see something like that. Let's see when that happens. And Spain also we will see something like this kind of curve. So it is expected going like this. India, we don't know exactly when it will happen, but let's analyze the China situation. It took them around 50 days. If we look at this, the 50 days mark is here. So 0 to 50 days. That is the time they took to bring the curve back to less than 10 deaths per day. And now they are facing around 3 deaths or 4 deaths per day. So this is the better situation. Now India has to work hard. We need to lock ourselves down and make sure that we see that bending of curve. Otherwise, as we have seen, the situation is very grave. Let's go for some confirmed cases. These are tests. I can skip that. Cases of confirmed cases. How are we looking at the confirmed cases? The confirmed case, if we look at USA, the whole world is doubling in 11 days. This is not death. This is just like confirmed cases. United States, 9 days. And if we go for show more, we can see some curve from India also. It will be far low because somewhere 9,000 we will see India. Here 6 days. We are doubling in 6 days. Again, the same doubling time concept we have to apply over here and make sure that the doubling time increases. We need to increase the doubling time pretty much so that we can see a plateau. If we go for those kind of graph, which so far we have discussed about the death. Now, this is the confirmed cases, and let's see how India is doing in here. Didn't we get it? Change country, India. Select it, I guess. Yeah. So total confirmed cases is right now around 8,000, and daily new confirmed cases we are getting around 700, 800, 900. These number we should keep it constant. Then only this will be tapered. Otherwise, we are going to see a bad situation. Now let's see total country. Here total cases in terms of different countries. Let's say India. I can put Italy, of course United States and United Kingdom, the two main countries which are seeing very bad situation. Also let's put China and maybe South Africa. Yeah, South Korea, not South Africa. South Korea, yeah. Let's see. So again, with linear curve, we cannot make up much. See, India is still on a rising trend. This is India. We go to South Korea, they have already flattened the curve. United Kingdom, not that great. If you think India, United Kingdom, they are maintaining the same slopes. United States also maintaining the same slope. So it is difficult to predict. It's difficult to predict when the United States and United Kingdom are going to get to the plateau, as well as for India, because we are on the rising trend and we need to stay locked down for at least next 1 month or so, because in previous cases we have kind of confirmed that this is the China's graph. Yeah, we are bending down the number of cases per day in about 2 months or so. So now China, how long it did take to flatten it? January 22 and then this is February 14. But if we take this curve a little bit on the left hand side, yeah, here, from here it is started rising January 17 to February 22 to February 17. Let's give or take 1 month. So 1 month we will take. Now let's say March once we started, and if this is the danger point, so April 5 we should have taken a, should have managed a plateau type of curve, but that didn't happen. We are still rising, so we need to be careful, and as soon as possible we have to bend it towards a plateau. That's very important. Let's go to typical India's curve in another site, which is covid19india.org. We can get the situation look at the situation in a better way. See, this is the graph. Let me put it at 1 month. Total, we started managing the slope pretty well, but then all of a sudden there is an increase, and then again it's an increase. But still, I would say this is a linear increase. This is not an exponential. Had it been exponential, we would have gone like this way and going I don't know when. So that is very important. I think we're looking at Tamil Nadu. Yeah, this is the India's total curve. We were looking at Tamil Nadu. So see, if we could follow this slope, we could maintain this slope. Don't follow the dots here, just follow the cursor's arrow. So we could draw a straight line and we would have ended in 3,000 to 4,000. But no, March 30th something happened and we get a steep rise. Then again we started flattening it in this area. These three lines, if we follow, we could have ended in 6,000, 7,000, but we are approaching 10,000 because of this part which is little steeper. So this is important. The reason being, if we go to daily cases, we will make it out more. See, we were almost up to March 29, we were nowhere. Then there is the increase, but we managed it pretty well, and we could maintain the new number of cases almost same every day. So this is 559, this is 579, this is 605, then 489, then 573. No, then there is a jump on 9th April, 813. But again, hopefully we are seeing a downstream, and we may hope that we may come down to 500 in next 2-3 days, and then go down to 100 in next 1 week to 2 weeks. So the next 2 weeks is very important. If we find that the new confirmed cases are going down by the next 2 weeks, then probably in next 1 month or so, we will be in a much better shape. So I think we have already crossed 20 minutes. I don't want to prolong it. I am watching it every day, and maybe actually 3 or 4 times a day. And I hope I can come back in 2 weeks with some better news. Thank you very much.